Hey y'all, what's up? We're back with another Brawlhalla video, doing some voiceover this time. Now these games were very interesting. Now, I actually kind of forget a lot of what happens in them, but I do know that I played some games after these games the same day. And in that same day, I went up like to 17 like 50. So I played some games without recording and I went up to 1750. So I was pretty happy with that. Now these games, I felt like I learned a lot from them and I definitely appreciate the opportunity to look over and review them. And I'm definitely going to enjoy going over them here on the channel. Do a little look over of the games. And the first game is against a Volkov. Now Volkov is a very interesting legend. Axe and scythe are very different weapons. It's similar in vibe to Rayman, how he has gauntlets and axe, which are two very different weapons. But also, when you think about it, lance and scythe are both very different too. So, I mean, I'm mostly playing Artemis for the lance. That's pretty much. But there's a funny thing that does happen later, which challenges that perception a bit. I do find it irritating how some people catch dodges so well with their SIGs, but I catch landings really well with mine on on Artemis especially. I catch landings really nicely. Uh, you know, Scythe D-Sig, I can't complain. I can't complain about any signatures if I have Scythe D-Sig in my kit. You know, Wi- I mean, I really can't. I really can't. No, that was weird. I forgot I did that. I forgot I did that. Just kind of not wall touching, and then my inputs like slow down like dramatically. Do you guys see? I'm like not dashing and not inputting things as quickly, and he sort of does just get a lot of free damage off on me. Like I'm not doing true combos. I'm not too sure what happens for the rest of this game. But to be fair, losing a full stock because you just like forgot how much movement you had is very demoralizing. So in my defense, there's that. Uh, and my opponent really just did make good use of the SIGs here. Nice little fake out weapon throw, by the way, and it happens again. So I don't know. We're moving on to the next game though. Moving on to this first game against the Plague Knight, also known as Caspian. Now, my first game against this Plague Knight Caspian was this one. This is my first game against this particular guy. Oh, you'll notice he is catching me with a lot of these movement options that he really shouldn't be, because you'll notice a lot of his light attacks put him just out of range of mine, or right into the radius of my attacks. It really doesn't seem like he is positioning himself very well. And for a while, you'll notice that this guy actually had a diamond border, I think, which I I couldn't really be bothered by the fact that he had a diamond border, cuz I do go into the philosophy of like, you know, nobody if you're at this elo, you're not even like that good at the game anyway, which is literally true. This guy also I do showcase later. There is a little extra video tacked on to the end of this one where I actually do fight this guy again, and I sort of showcase what was the problem with the way he was playing. Uh, in pretty spectacular fashion, if I do say so. So you guys want to stay tuned to the end. But he does make good use of his SIGs and his movement options throughout the rest of this game, and I honestly can't say that I win this one, although I will try. I won't be spoiling the other games, but this one I figured I should, mainly because, hey, I did end up beating him after this. It's kind of obvious that there's some pretty big problems with how he's playing even here. Like, sure, he's getting some good reads, and GC downlight into recovery is very nice. But it's not that he was playing particularly well. It's entirely the fact that I was just getting hit by that. We do have another brief juggling moment here, where he juggles the gauntlets. But I wonder which one. I wonder if he remembers which one has more damage on it, though. That's what I wonder. I think he'd have forgotten after all that time. So we go through the skirmish with the scythe, and as it turns out, the moment that he's able to hit me with anything, I actually dodge, and then he reads the dodge, and those signatures have a lot of kickback to them. They really do. And there's not really a whole lot that you could do when you get hit by them, especially like right off stage. They're not very good though. Like, they're not amazing. The one thing that they do have going for them is the fact that they are very forceful, but they don't, in my opinion, they're not actually like very hard to dodge or get out of the way of. And their recovery frames are pretty awful too. So like, even though the knockback is pretty good, I wouldn't say they're broken. Not like Artemis D-Sig. Artemis D-Sig is broken. Artemis D-Sig is very broken, and he's trying to showcases that for us here. He could have almost gone for it again, like a second time. I disagree with that hitting me. I mean, neutral Sig with Artemis doesn't hit grounded, but that time it did. It really felt like that time it hit grounded. You know what I mean? Here I'm just trying to bait out, because he's like, I'm just trying to bait out something from him. Like, I'm trying to space correctly, and I'm definitely not. This game does get off to a pretty bad start, but you guys just gotta wait and see on this one. Trust me, it's good. He's doing I think this is either this is the biker Artemis, which is an interesting skin to be sure. And you gotta appreciate the unarmed combos. I mean, the SIG utilization leaves a bit to be desired, but so does mine on occasion. I love the clashing side airs. Clashing lance side airs are truly works of art. But just punishing his side airs with weapon throws and then de-sigging. I probably do it again when he's off stage. Yeah, this time I think... Wow, I don't know why I went for the ground pound. That was sketchy. I think he might have been inputting a side sig there. You guys see that? I just barely saw that. I don't know. I haven't checked this game before now. He might have started inputting a side sig. I don't know. So you gotta have the smallest of advantages here. I do catch the dodge in by him, which is nice. Punishing the side air with the... Yep. Get it? Yep. And here we go. Oh, there we go. And D-Sig. Weapon throw. Off stage. And he just messes up. My presence was too threatening. And we get him. And now we move on to the Mordex. Now the game against the Mordex, I also don't remember who wins this one. Oh, wait, I do. I remember this game. I remember this game. You guys, I remember the sequence of the next few games, actually. This is a very, very, entertaining section. I mean, so a lot of my scythe decision making leaves a lot to be desired. I should probably be side airing more than I am. I think after that last game, my confidence with Scythe might have been souped up to a level higher than it probably should have been for fighting this guy. I should have gone for definitely safer Scythe stuff. Sorry if I sound tired, it's been a bit of a day. But this game starts out pretty alright. Trying to keep up with the Scythe. Of course, spam the D-Sig because you can't punish it, so very strong. That dodge wasn't amazing. I'm trying to find kill options and kill confirms when I really should probably be throwing my weapon directly up into the air right now. But you know, catching the gravity cancel side sig is fine. Let's see what do we got here. I switched back to the scythe, which is not a good idea, as you'll see. I don't even get the dodge in read, which I really should. I really should be reading that type of stuff. Just a few hit strings. I mean, it looks like I do pretty good in this game, honestly. I I forget where it goes badly, to be honest. I know it does. I know this game goes pretty badly. There, he just barely punished the D-Light, and I just dodged right into that, which was pretty demoralizing. To lose the stock based on such a weird mistake was kind of definitely got to me because I was hoping for a more significant lead. So he does just hover right above me, and keep in mind that a lot of my opponents that I struggle with are actually going above where I'm currently at, and this is a dead zone for Scythe or Lance. I mean, the positioning immediately on top of you, or like immediately. So a lot of this damage I'm taking is just because of me like committing to weird attacks. But the times when I don't commit to weird attacks and I'm still getting hit, it's because he's attacking from the air. So weapon throw up is one way that you can counteract that, but there's also neutral air. I mean, neutral air is really good for that type of thing, taking control of the skies above your position, like that. I do lock in a few nairs against this guy, and he does mess up the gravity cancel downlight into recovery combo on Gaunt's, which I know, but I also know it's hard. Lot of situations here where I would do really good to have mixed up the return to stage a little bit better. I think I used a spot dodge or a sideways dodge to dodge the weapon where I could have done it diagonally and gotten enough height to maybe not have been so, I don't know. So he does solo in a lot of really cool scythe stuff, and somehow the game has gone from like my lead in the beginning to me winning the game ultimately. Now, he does switch over to the Artemis though, which is a very big hit to the ego. You know, someone swapping to the Artemis after I beat them with the Artemis is a big hit to the ego, and he quickly shows that he does not have any joke of a scythe either, or a lance, I mean. Like he does show that his lance is no joke. He even goes for a like, you know, go up, go down, like go down read. You'll see what I mean. Like if you've seen like any like scythe if you've seen any string of like of a like of lance string, he's gonna do it in a bit once we go once like I'm on the right, like off stage. I don't know why I went for the down air. I think I could have gone for a ground pound instead, but I was trying to do it safer. Okay, check this. So I think it's coming up pretty soon. But yeah, you'll notice I'm just struggling to land hits on them. I'm struggling to get the kills, and they're just always getting me with these attacks, and I'm not able to land anything. Like I'm not able to land any of my SIGs. None of my SIGs are landing, and the one that by the time one does, I'm already on like deep orange. Now this is he was able to come back from this type of disadvantage. Now, clearly, like I shouldn't be whiffing like downlight. I was watching a lot of I was watching a lot of pro players, like Lance players recently, and I've noticed that like none of them really do that. None of them really spam downlight as much as I do. Like I utilize downlight way too much. Like the recovery frames on downlight are not very good at all. And night see, look at that. He tries to go for like the up down down like, and I could get back to could have touched obviously, but at this point I'm like really mad, and I'm thinking he's gonna play like yeah, you're seeing this right. I put together.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
Oh shoot! I forgot to mute the audio on this clip. All right, it's fine. It's fine. You guys are gonna listen to the to the in-game audio and my live commentary at the same time. Isn't that cool? I don't know. Do you guys like this more? I assume it sounds kind of obnoxious somehow. Somehow I thought that the complete silence except for my voice was like better. As you can tell, I don't know how to play Gauntlets very well. It's not that I don't play Gauntlets, because like I've said in a couple other videos, like Core is my second main. Like Core is the character that I have the most XP in, other than Artemis, and so I know my Gauntlets pretty well, and I like the thought that I know my Scythe pretty well. But you know, a lot of my movement, a lot of my option choices for Scythe were pretty awful in this game. I mean, mostly this was just me feeling kind of salty that he swapped to the Artemis and all that. Clearly this guy is very well dedicated to the Scythe in general. Here I struggle to find how I struggle to edgeguard without my signature. Like I can't edgeguard without D-Sig on Scythe. It's just kind of the truth. I'm playing like very conservative Scythe here, and I just get really mad at that. I don't even like. I know it's like not. I know obviously I was gonna be able to get him there. I don't know. He's just, of course, kind of showing off. His blasters are okay. I mean, they're not incredible. I do mess up the true combo that I messed up like downlight into downlight down air. Nice little clash. I should be going for more weapon throws. I should like I'm making like really bad choices between like, do I do side air, do I do downlight? Like there, side air would have probably hit, or downlight would have, but instead I neutralighted. So it's like, of course, like I don't know the. I just picked the Mordex mostly out of spite because I figured this guy was pretty good. This is not. I also have been trying out Mordex a little bit recently, because Scythe and Gauntlets are tools that I am somewhat familiar with. Like I said, I play the Core a lot, and I play a lot of the Artemis. But, you know, Lance is also a pretty big similarity between a lot of the legends that I've tried out. So I thought that the Mordex would have been an interesting pick. Maybe not like my best character, but if I'm feeling like playing Gauntlets, it's not at all a bad choice. Gauntlets are pretty strong. And I think this is going to end, and I'm going to have to pass you guys off to me just about 10 minutes ago. Me just like about 10 minutes ago. Or 20 at this point. like 25 minutes ago, I recorded a voiceover on one of my replays that I pulled up for the rematch against the Caspian. So you guys are gonna watch that now. Hey guys, so for everyone who stuck around to the end of this video, you're gonna be given a little treat here. So I actually played a little bit more later that day, and I ended up fighting the Lucian from that one game again. This is the same Lucian. So I'm actually just going to show you pretty quickly my adaptation to his playstyle, and I just wanted to kind of show how if you just stay calm, people who seem like they're, you know, making pretty good moves that are difficult to punish, maybe there's just a move that you are underutilizing. So in my case, I was actually underutilizing Lance Neutral Air, as it turns out. So this game turned out to be relatively easy, actually, once I realized what was up with how he was positioning himself. Positioning himself right above me, trying to hover into the dead zone, but just sort of drifting towards him and using neutral air. I ended up getting pretty good damage on him. And this is one of the better mix-ups that you can do on Lance, I think, because and he just side sig spammed, so it's not that difficult or complicated. Just showing right there, you just gotta switch things up sometimes, start utilizing your entire set of weapons.